Cuphead and his pal Mugman, they like to roll the dice.
The situation, which had unfolded rapidly only minutes earlier, had come to an end. The individual involved, later identified as Gapri Singh, had been struck by gunfire during an officer-involved shooting. Once the threat was neutralized, officers immediately requested medical assistance and began rendering aid until paramedics from the Los Angeles Fire Department arrived. Singh was transported to a local hospital for treatment of the injuries he sustained during the encounter. Several days later, on July 17, 2025, medical personnel pronounced Singh deceased as a result of those injuries. Investigators recovered a machete at the scene, measuring approximately 27 inches in length, with a blade measuring just over 21 inches. The weapon was documented and booked into evidence, along with video recordings and other physical materials related to the incident. This case remains under investigation. The LAPD conducts thorough reviews of all uses of force, particularly those resulting in serious injury or death. These investigations involve interviews with officers and witnesses, forensic analysis, and a detailed review of all available video evidence. Upon completion, the findings are forwarded to the Chief of Police, the Office of the Inspector General, and the Board of Police Commissioners for independent evaluation. To better understand how this incident reached its conclusion, it is necessary to trace the events backward, examining the moments that led up to the final confrontation. Shortly before the shooting occurred, Singh exited his vehicle while still armed with the machete. Officers on scene had established a tactical position and were issuing repeated verbal commands instructing him to stop, remain where he was, and drop the weapon. Despite these commands, Singh advanced toward the officers, closing distance while holding the blade. Given the proximity, the size of the weapon, and the subject's continued movement, officers perceived an immediate threat. In an attempt to gain compliance without using lethal force, a 40mm less lethal foam projectile was deployed. This tool is designed to cause pain and temporary incapacitation without penetrating the body. However, the deployment did not stop Singh's advance, and the threat remained. As the situation continued to escalate and Singh did not comply with commands, officers discharged their firearms. This action marked the point at which the incident transitioned into an officer-involved shooting. Just moments earlier, Singh had been inside his vehicle. After abruptly stopping in the roadway, he began driving in an erratic circular pattern. Officers reported that he attempted to strike police vehicles with his car, colliding with at least one patrol unit. This behavior significantly elevated the level of danger as the vehicle itself became a potential weapon. The unpredictable movement of the car limited officers' ability to reposition safely. The environment was dynamic, with limited space, active traffic considerations, and rapidly changing conditions that required split-second decision-making. Before the collision and erratic driving, officers had initiated a vehicle pursuit. Singh fled southbound on Figueroa Street after refusing to comply with commands during the initial contact. Emergency lights and sirens were activated as officers followed at a controlled distance, intending to contain the situation while minimizing risk to the public. During the pursuit, officers observed Singh holding the machete outside the driver's side window. This action increased the threat level not only to responding officers, but also to nearby motorists and pedestrians. The pursuit covered a relatively short distance, but the potential for serious harm remained high throughout. Earlier still, officers had made their first direct contact with Singh while he was standing in the middle of the street beside his vehicle. The vehicle was stopped in a traffic lane, obstructing the flow of cars. Singh was visibly armed with the machete, and his behavior was described as agitated and unpredictable. Officers positioned their patrol vehicles to create distance and attempted to de-escalate the situation through verbal communication. Commands were issued clearly and repeatedly directing Singh to stop, remain in place, and drop the weapon. These efforts were intended to resolve the situation without further escalation. Singh did not comply. Instead, he returned to his vehicle, retrieved a water bottle, and threw it toward officers. He then entered the vehicle and drove away, prompting officers to transition from attempted containment to pursuit. Throughout the incident, multiple recording systems captured portions of the events. LAPD patrol vehicles are equipped with digital in-car video systems that activate automatically when emergency lights are engaged. These systems include a 1-minute pre-activation buffer, allowing investigators to review footage from before recording officially begins. Officers were also equipped with body-worn cameras. These cameras record both audio and video upon activation and include a 2-minute video buffer without audio prior to activation. While these recordings provide valuable context, they do not capture every detail of the officer's perspective and are one component of a broader evidentiary review.
Yes, I'm calling because there is a guy on Figueroa and Olympic. There is a guy with a machete on it and with training people, stopping the traffic, and he's training people to kill him. And he's in a black Mustang. I think it's a black Mustang, but I just have to get away. But he's screaming right now and training people to that.
Is he white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
It looks like an Indian. But it's important that he parked his car in the middle of the street, and he has the machete.
What color shirt and pants is he wearing?
It's a gray. It's kind of a brown shirt.
Brown shorts and what color shirt?
Yeah, and he has short and he has some. Oh my God! Hold on. Well, he's moving now. He's moving now to the. Oh my God! I want to give you the license plate, but I'm afraid he might come to my car and hit me with the machete. He's right next to the. Oh, hey, run! License plate is
Hi, I am on the cross streets of Olympic and Figueroa in the city of Los Angeles, and there is a man with a sword in the middle of the intersection, and he is screaming, and he looks dangerous, and he's swinging at cars.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's definitely brown. I don't know if he's Hispanic or Middle Eastern. He has like a head scarf, like covering his face and his head.
What color is it?
The scarf is blue.
Do you recall what color shirt?
I don't recall what color shirt. I got out of the area.
Okay. What about pants?
He's wearing cargo shorts, light colored cargo shorts. I don't recall the color. And he's parked in the middle of the intersection. It's a black, I believe it's a Charger.
Okay.
Dodge Charger.
And that's parked in the middle of the intersection?
Yes.
And he's swinging at just random passerbys?
Vehicles that are passing by.
Prior to officers arriving on scene, the LAPD received multiple 911 calls from members of the public. Callers described a man standing at the intersection of South Figueroa Street and Olympic Boulevard, armed with a machete and blocking traffic. Several callers described the subject as swinging the weapon toward passing vehicles and behaving in a threatening manner. Witnesses expressed fear for their safety and concern that someone would be seriously injured. Dispatchers gathered descriptions of the subject, his clothing, and the associated vehicle, which was described as a black Dodge Challenger stopped in the roadway.
He's waving a machete in the middle of the street running towards cars.
Okay.
He jumped out of his vehicle, which is a black Mustang, a two-door GT Mustang.
Do you have a license plate?
I don't have a license plate because it's not one visible because I'm in the front of the vehicle.
Okay. We do have a call already there. Where is he now?
Okay. He's still in the intersection.
Okay.
Near the southwest corner in front of Fleming.
Okay. We do have officers on their way with lights and sirens, okay? Did he injure anybody?
No, he hasn't injured anybody yet. He's running towards people and they would run away from him.
Okay. Well, we have the call. Officers are on their way already.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Central Unit to the area. Suspect there now. Figueroa and Olympic. Suspect vehicle is a black Mustang. Suspect male unknown wearing brown shorts armed with a machete. Code 3 incident 1639 RD 171.
This information was broadcast over police radio, prompting an urgent response from Central Patrol Division officers. At approximately 9:20 a.m. on July 13, 2025, officers arrived at the intersection and encountered a rapidly evolving situation. What began as a report of a man with a machete quickly escalated into a dangerous series of events involving a vehicle pursuit, attempted ramming of police cars, and ultimately the use of deadly force. The Los Angeles Police Department emphasizes that no conclusions regarding policy compliance or legality are drawn until all evidence has been collected and reviewed. Investigations of this nature are complex and often take several months to complete. Multiple oversight entities examine the facts independently to ensure transparency and accountability. This narrative has been presented in reverse chronological order to provide a clearer understanding of how the incident unfolded, step by step, leading to its conclusion. This concludes the account of the Central Area Officer-involved shooting that occurred on July 13, 2025. Thank you for taking the time to review this information.